On May 19th, 2024, in Chicago, Illinois, Tetorsha Williams informed her husband, Kevin, that she was ending their relationship and moving forward with her life. Kevin, unwilling to accept the breakup, became aggressive. He was used to controlling and manipulating her, and the idea of losing that control enraged him. That same day marked the last time Tetorsha was seen alive. Tetorsha, a 28-year-old devoted mother of one, was also helping raise Kevin's children from previous relationships. She was known for her loving nature, strong work ethic, and big dreams. Tragically, that day, police were called to their residence and discovered her lifeless body lying in a pool of blood on the kitchen floor. She had been shot multiple times. Who could carry out such a brutal act against Tetorsha? This is the story of her life and her tragic end. Tetorsha Williams was born on January 28, 1996, in Chicago, Illinois, to her mother, Trinetta McClure. She grew up in a big, loving family and shared a special bond with her sisters, among them her twin Tetorsha Williams, as well as Tetorsha Williams, Tanisha Foster, Tamia McClure, and Channa Williams. To those close to Tetorsha, she was affectionately known as Bobo. As a teenager, Tetorsha was known for her kindness, intelligence, and ambition. She began her academic journey at St. Tat Malachy Catholic Elementary School, where she not only excelled in her studies, but also built lasting friendships. Her hard work in elementary school led her to attend Our Lady of Tepeyac High School. During this time, Tetorsha became known for her vibrant smile and sharp sense of humor. At the age of 17, she met Kevin Scott, who was 34 at the time. Kevin, who had multiple children from previous relationships and had just been released from prison, entered Tetorsha's life and quickly began to take advantage of her youth and innocence. Recognizing her vulnerability, he manipulated her into a relationship. Though she had dreams of pursuing college, she gave them up, and by the time she was 19, the two were married. Their marriage, however, quickly became a burden. Kevin was controlling and manipulative, forcing Tetorsha to shoulder responsibilities she wasn't prepared for. Despite his promises to help, he contributed little to the household. Tetorsha had once dreamed of attending Malcolm X College and studying security, but instead she found herself trapped in a caretaker role, looking after Kevin and his children. Although Kevin often spoke of changing for the better, Tetorsha clung to hope that he would become the man she believed he could be. 2 years later, she gave birth to their son, Christian. He became the center of her world, and she devoted herself entirely to raising him and providing a good life for him. To support her family, she began working at Ms. B's kitchen, mentored by her aunt, Sabrina. Her strong work ethic eventually led her to take on another job at KFC. Tetorsha poured herself into her work with the hope of one day purchasing a home to create new memories with her son. Despite moments of affection, her relationship with Kevin grew increasingly toxic. He remained unfaithful, selfish, and unreliable, choosing to chase attention on social media, flirt with other women, and waste time rather than support his family. Tetorsha, burdened and emotionally drained, realized she had given up her dreams for a man who had given her little in return. By 2024, she was no longer the naive girl who thought she could change Kevin. She had evolved into a strong woman and mother, ready to break free and build a better future for herself and Christian. As she made plans to leave Kevin, Tetorsha and her mother, Trinetta, were preparing to buy a 3-flat building together. She was filled with excitement for the fresh start. But everything changed on May 9th, 2024. That day, Tetorsha told Kevin she was ending their relationship for good. Kevin, unwilling to accept her decision, became violent. Tragically, that was the last time Tetorsha was seen alive. Around 3 p.m. that same day, Chicago police responded to a well-being check at the 1400 block of South St. Louis Avenue. Inside the home, they discovered a woman lying on the kitchen floor, lifeless and suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. She was pronounced dead at the scene, and the Cook County medical examiner later confirmed her identity as Tetorsha Williams. The news of her death sent shockwaves through her community and devastated her loved ones. Her family was certain that Kevin Scott was responsible. The police investigation identified him as the primary suspect, but he had already fled, leading to a manhunt. With few leads and no immediate arrest, her family was left heartbroken and desperate for justice. A GoFundMe campaign was launched to help cover funeral costs and support her son's future. The initial goal was $10,000, and nearly $2,000 had been raised at that point. In June, Tetorsha's funeral brought together family, friends, and community members who came to honor her memory. Blue balloons were released into the sky, symbolizing the joy and light she brought into the world. Loved ones shared touching tributes, reflecting on her compassion and generous spirit. As of June 12, 2024, Kevin Scott remained on the run, and her family lived in fear. That changed on July 18, 2024, when Kevin was finally captured. Investigators learned that on May 9th, after Tetorsha told Kevin their relationship was over, he became enraged. Unable to cope with rejection, he pulled out a gun in the kitchen and shot her multiple times, all while their young son witnessed the horror. Kevin fled the scene, leaving little Christian alone with his mother's body. Kevin was arrested and charged with first-degree murder. He is now in custody awaiting trial. The loss of Tetorsha is still deeply felt. Her family, especially her mother and son, continue to mourn her absence while holding tightly to her memory. Though the wheels of justice are now turning, no legal outcome can replace the life that was so cruelly taken. May her soul rest in peace. The story of Tetorsha Williams is tragic and heartbreaking, but it also holds powerful lessons about love, resilience, warning signs, and the importance of support systems. Here are some of the key lessons we can take from her story. 1. Love should never cost your identity or dreams. Tetorsha gave up her ambitions, education, and personal goals for a relationship that ended up draining her. The lesson here is that any love or relationship that asks you to give up your dreams without reciprocation or support is not love. It's sacrifice masked as love. A healthy relationship should uplift and empower, not trap or silence your growth. 2. Age gaps with power imbalances can be dangerous. At 17, Tetorsha was still young and impressionable, while Kevin, 34, had lived a full adult life, including a prison sentence. The imbalance in maturity and experience created a power dynamic that allowed him to manipulate and control her. Relationships with significant age or experience gaps must be approached cautiously, especially when one party is very young. 3. Manipulation often starts small and escalates. Kevin didn't show his worst behavior at the start. He slowly took control, discouraged her from pursuing education, and burdened her with responsibilities. It shows how manipulation can start subtly and escalate over time. Recognizing early red flags, such as control, guilt-tripping, isolation, and irresponsibility, is crucial. 4. Abuse isn't always physical. It's emotional, psychological, and financial too. Kevin may not have immediately used physical violence, but his actions, neglecting responsibilities, being unfaithful, emotionally exhausting Tetorsha, and using her financially are all forms of abuse. Abuse wears many faces, and victims often don't realize it until the damage is severe. 5. Leaving a toxic relationship is dangerous, but sometimes necessary. Tetorsha had the courage to plan her escape from an unhealthy relationship. It shows her strength, but it also highlights how dangerous that moment can be. Many domestic violence cases escalate when the victim tries to leave. This underscores the importance of safety planning and community family support when someone is preparing to walk away. 6. Children are silent victims of domestic violence. Christian not only lost his mother, but he also witnessed her murder. The emotional trauma for a child in that situation is unimaginable. Children in abusive homes may not be the direct targets, but they suffer deeply and carry lifelong scars. 7. Support systems matter. Throughout her life, Tetorsha leaned on her mother, aunt, and extended family. Even after her death, her community rallied around her memory and her son. This highlights how vital a strong support system is for emotional well-being, escape from abuse, and healing afterward. 8. Justice takes time but matters. Kevin wasn't arrested immediately, which added to the family's pain, but eventually, justice caught up with him. It shows that while justice systems may be slow, persistence and community advocacy matter in bringing perpetrators to account. 9. Legacy lives through love. Despite her tragic end, Tetorsha is remembered for her kindness, hard work, and love for her son. Her family keeps her memory alive, reminding us that how we live, loving, giving, and striving, can leave a legacy that even violence cannot erase.